What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Brian's Custom Auto. I'm your host, Brian, and we are working on our first thing inside the bigger pole barn here. That being the Harley-Davidson F-150. We got it back in so we can finish sanding it down and getting it ready to paint it black again. For those of you who don't know, this is a 2002 Harley-Davidson Edition F-150 with the supercharged 5.4 liter in it. And we have put in new heads, new cams, new headers, new exhaust, Jones mufflers, all new LED lighting, new running boards, new interior, new seats. Well, I say new seats, new seat covers. I recovered these. They're still holding up really, really nice. And the badging is still in there really, really nice. And the new center console cover is still holding on. And new gauge pods from True Glow. And new door seals. Yeah, it's been a lot, guys. And now we're on the final part of just trying to get the paint and body work done. Well, I say body work, there really ain't no body work to be done. It's more or less getting it sanded down the right way and getting it ready to spray it black. Black shows everything, and you can see all the scratch marks inside the paint right there where I got in a hurry and did it wrong. See how beautiful the hood looks? I just need the rest of the truck to look like that. So we'd already worked on this side over here before I had to go on hold because all these little spider cracks in here was a bit of a pain. That's what I've been fighting on this. That's why we had to take this side all the way back down like it is. Now, I gotta go through and do some more sanding on this now since, well, I got to Scotch-Brite that. But I think from here, this part over here, this side is pretty good. We're even working on the gel coat on the bed in a form of not really redoing the whole entire bed in gel coat because I don't know how to do gel coat. But we just want to get the cracks out of it, guys. The little spider cracks. It's stupid looking. And yeah, it's a pain. But I think this side is done. So now I need to finish the bed cover and do the front end here with the Scotch-Brite. The front end with Scotch-Brite is going to be easy. And then this side. Just knocking it down with higher grit to get all the sand scratches out. Hit the mirror covers, hit the edge of the roof right there, and then we are good to go. Once we get down to that point, we start painting again. So, yeah. See, we got to redo or sand all this down, sand all this back down. And there you go in the sunlight. You can see the scratch marks in it from where I got in a hurry and I'm stupid. Anyhow, guys, and then we get to retape the truck. Once we get the paint done, then we get to take all the tape off and do a whole bunch of cleaning to get the tape off of there from where it's sat on there for so long. Yeah, welcome to my life. Anyway, we're gonna get started. All right, everybody, we're back. It's been a hectic couple days. We've had a lot of work going on behind the scenes where I ordered my lift and it's on the way. Well, they send you an email, so you have to keep a check on that if you order one, to say, hey, do you have a forklift or a tractor or some way to unload it off the truck? Because we don't do that. That being said, I don't own a tractor, so I had to borrow a tractor. But before I could borrow the tractor, we had to go and fix it, which is, yeah. And it's still not completely fixed. We got it fixed enough to put that tractor on that trailer and bring it here. But now I've got to put that trailer under the lean-to because I got to change studs and lug nuts and all that on the wheels because somebody stretch the threads, strip the nuts out, all that jazz. You know, all the stuff that people who just don't pay attention when they're doing stuff, that kind of stuff. So we got to fix that, along with a couple of other things that needs to be done to it. But in the meantime, we got it here, got the tractor here. And with that tractor, we got a boom that goes on the back of it and a set of forks that goes on the back of it. I don't think the forks are going to be quite high enough, but it's okay because we got a game plan for that too. I got to go to Flag Pond tomorrow, or the day after tomorrow, or maybe even tomorrow, just depends, with that trailer after I get it fixed, and go pick up a Kubota that's got a bucket with forks on it. So that way between the Kubota and the Deere, we can get our lift unloaded once it finally gets here, which was a whole nother thing. I ain't getting into detail on that. But before we can do any of that stuff, we got the TBSS up in the air because I got to put brake pads on the front of it, because apparently running this truck up and down the mountain 2 times a day, so 4 trips total, it's like 180 miles a day. It's a lot. But that eats your brake pads up, especially when you drive like I do, fast and yield. Anyway, so we got to change the brakes on this. I'll show you a little bit, but there ain't a whole lot to it. This is, I will say this, Trailblazer SS brakes are different than Trailblazer brakes. By sorts, I'm meaning the front brakes on this are the same as what's on a C6 Corvette. Well, the rear ones are the same too. So this is changing the brakes on a Corvette, because that's what we're doing. So they're quite a bit better than what's on just a regular Trailblazer or an Envoy or anything like that. So let me get the wheel off, get the light set up, and I'll show you what we're doing on this one, and we'll knock it out. Oh, and I've been working back on the F-150 today. See if you can notice anything different here on the front end. Does it look any different to you guys? Well, you can see the light on the bumper, and I hadn't put no clear coat on it yet. Just saying, looks pretty good from here. So I put the base coat on the front of the truck today just to make it look better and get some base on there. So yeah, we'll finish painting that just as soon as the weather lets us. Well, what a day, what a day. So turn that radio down a minute. So drove all the way over to Kingsport to get paint, another amount of paint for the Harley Davidson F-150, and made sure online that they were open before I drove all the way over here, because it's about 40 minutes over here one way. And they had a sign on the door said closing Friday at 2 p.m. I didn't pay no attention to the sign because I didn't realize today's Friday. Had to change a wheel bearing on a Jeep today. Broke the brake line, not by letting the caliper sag. Actually, it fell. It broke the zip tie and fell and snapped off from the rust that was in it. But we got it fixed, got the wheel bearing on, and got him out of there. So now we're going to go back to the house, hook up to the trailer, and then drive all the way to Flag Pond. So I guess today's been a pretty successful day at just burning gas. And my co-pilot, well, she done kind of gave up on me. Hers was tired. So that's what we're doing today, guys. So as soon as I get the Kubota to the house, I'll let you know. Well, guys, here we are. I've got the 19-foot trailer hooked to the back of the Trailblazer, my first time towing with it. I know it's got the power to do it. I just hope the transmission holds out, because it is a 4L70. But, I mean, that's what I need right there. I need that guy. I don't know. This might pull up better, honestly. But, yeah, we got a trailer hooked to the Trailblazer that's bigger than the Trailblazer, so I don't know. Let's see how it does going to Flag Pond. Ladies and gents, we're doing it. I mean, even though it's not a real big Kubota, it's still heavy. But we're doing it with this little Trailblazer. I know it's got the power, but yeah, we're doing it. I'll let you know when we get to the hands doing truck things. You ever pull some stunt like this in your Trailblazer? That's a big old Kubota back there. Actually, it ain't that big, but it's still a Kubota. Well, we made it back. I can't unload it right. Well, I can. I'm just not going to unload it right now. But let me show you. It may not look like much, but yeah. I pulled it in with that Trailblazer. It did just fine. Surprise, surprise. The LS2 don't care what's behind it. But we got the forks, the bucket, the drag box, and a full tank of diesel now. And some work I got to do. But anyway, so that's going to do it for tonight, guys. I'll see y'all tomorrow when I'm ready to unload this trailer. Right, so we got the Kubota offloaded off the Blazer. Got the trailer moved. And my first experience being on it. Managed to cut myself already this morning. Starting out great. No, it's going to be a fine day. I can't do any paint work on the F-150 anymore right now because Mother Nature's being a twat waffle again. So, anyway, so since we have this Kubota here to help unload the lift when it shows up with the forks on the front, yep. I think we're going to go ahead and do some other modifying factors for this as well. I want to put a set of chains that go from the top hole right there all the way up to the top of the bucket on both of those, just for added rigidity, give it a little more strength. Okay, and then number two, and most importantly, is the bucket back here, or drag box. I don't know who installed that, but it ain't right. See how crooked that box, that square is right there? It's got to be leveled up and straightened. So we'll take care of that, so that way you can hook onto the drag box a lot easier and drag evenly. Which, while I have it here, we're going to drag this driveway, make it a little bit nicer. We got to fix that. And then also, he didn't say nothing about it, but just my little experience on this morning, this throttle handle here is so extremely hard to move, and it ain't supposed to be that way. So we're going to go in and adjust that a little bit, because this is my best good friend's tractor. It's his Kubota, just like that green one over there is my other best good friend. And we're going to take care of both of them. They were nice enough to let me use them to get my equipment in here, so we're going to be nice enough to fix them all up for them, okay? So, yeah, let's get right on that. We're going to go ahead and get started just with the little stuff. So, let me get after it. So, very simply, the throttle control is this cable right here, which you can see is very easy to move. But it goes to this handle up here, and it ties in right here. Well, if you look, that's all rusted up. So, we're going to loosen that up. And we're going to peanut butter blast it and yeah, get it all functional again, because I noticed this thing even at idle is at 1500 RPM when you first crank it up, and that seems a little high to me. So let's take care of that. All right, so we got the box on the back of the Kubota fixed, got it reconnected, got the throttle fixed on there, come up with an idea for the bucket, which I'll show you that in just a minute. And now myself and shop foreman with her puking toy back there. That little thing is nasty.
It has red slime.
Anyway, we're going to Hobo Freight because another ratchet bites the dust. So let's go argue with them about their lifetime warranty. We'll see y'all back in a minute. All right, guys. So we have been busy on this thing today. Not necessarily all day. It's been a kind of hit and miss day because my little girl takes so much time to deal with non-stop all the time. Yeah, 4-year-olds. Anyway, we just got done greasing all the fittings, minus this one. I've got to get a set of grease certs for it, but aside from that, actually, yeah, I need to grease that one. So I'll go get the grease gun, but you got 10 of them on here. I thought it went in this side. He said something about, I don't know. Anyway, So you got 10 of them on here, and if you look on your Kubota, it'll tell you how many grease fittings you have. It also tells you how often you should do it, every 10 hours for this one. But this one actually has 10. So, and you can count them off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So that's all those. We do need to go ahead and hit them tie rods too while we're at it. So I got 3 still to hit because I missed that one. But anyway, but this is that little Kubota, guys. Also, we got the box dragger straight. I'll show you that. It's sitting pretty and straight. And then to add a little more rigidity to the forks, which are out here. Let's see, where'd I set them at? We put the boom on the green tractor too. So we have it for when the lift comes in. But there's the forks. So the forks, this is what I was talking about. There's a set of cups that mount to the bottom of this. But you set the bucket in here, tie it in under that little lip there. Put the cups down and then tighten the arm down. But what we did is we bolted a chain to the front up here with a hook dead in the center. So that way when you put it on and bolt it down, you can attach that hook to the top of the bucket. That gives you a little more rigidity, okay? But that's that. And then this is the forks to the John Deere. So we'll just have to see how that goes, if that'll work for us or not. But I know these will. So between the both of them, we got it set. So now I'll pull that Kubota out here, and I've got some work on the property to do. Like over here, all that stuff needs to be pushed down. There was a walnut tree that fell there, about 6 years ago. It needs to be pushed back. That big pile of brush right there, right next to the boat, is a pine tree. It needs to be pushed back. And then you can see that pine tree there, that's on top of 2 boats. That needs to be pushed back. And then we got, I got a lot to do with that thing. So, and I'm definitely going to utilize it while I have it here. But I will show you guys some of that in passing, okay? But that's been what this week has been about. We had to get all this ready because Tuesday, now today's going to be Sunday for you guys. So we got Monday, and then Tuesday my lift gets here, which is the reason I have to have all this heavy equipment, or heavy-ish equipment. But it gets here. So that way we have everything to get lift up here and put it under there and see if it's tall enough. I don't think it's going to be tall enough, but it's okay because I got 4 more feet of legs to put under it if need be. So anyway, guys, so please consider subscribing if you haven't already. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, hit that little bell icon so that way you know when I upload another video. I know for the past 2-3 weeks here it's been kind of like vlog style every week. I promise, guys, we are getting back to it. Like, you can see the front end of this truck, how much shinier that front fender is. That was just putting base coat on it. We're getting ready to spray this whole entire truck. Actually, Monday, I've got to run back over to Blue Ridge Color Company and get more paint for this truck. And, I mean, take care of the dark spots there. Look how that grill turned out. That grill turned out pretty good. But, we got that to finish up. That I'm hoping to have done this week so I can get it out of here and move on to the rest of the stuff. I also still have to get back on this truck. Okay. Still got a ton of work to do on that one. And then the Mercury out there, we got work to do on that. And we also have the yellow Nanner hammock over there. We got the Harley inside. So we still got a bunch of work to do, guys. And a lot of people to make happy. So why don't you consider subscribing and following along with us, okay? If you hadn't already. All right? But that's going to do it for this one. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful week. See ya.